Picture this. It is the year 2126. A woman walks up to a house her great-grandfather built a century ago. The concrete walls are still raw. The steel frame is still standing. The porch slab has a faint patina from 100 years of weather. She's not there to fix anything. She's not carrying paint. She's not calling a contractor. She's there because it's Tuesday morning and she just wants to see it. The maintenance bill for the last 100 years. 0. Not a single coat of paint. Not one siding panel replaced. Not one termite tent. The building doesn't care about time. That's what brutalist construction means. Materials so inorganic, so chemically stable, that time stops being their enemy. Now come back to today. Most homeowners spend $2,000 to $5,000 every year on exterior maintenance. Paint every 7 to 10 years. $8,000 to $15,000 each time. Siding replacement every 20 to 30 years. $20,000 to $40,000 a cycle. Roofing at $15,000 to $30,000. Termite damage costs American homeowners $5 billion annually. Stack all of it across a century. $200,000 to $500,000 in upkeep. Money spent just keeping the outside from falling apart. Here's the wild part. There's a barndominium design that eliminates almost all of it, and it costs less to build than a conventional finish. In this video, you'll see the building science, the real cost numbers, the floor plan, and the honest trade-offs. But first, there's a $30,000 mistake most barndo builders are making right now with their exterior finishes. History. Brutalism meets barndominium. Le Corbusier called raw concrete bête en brute rough concrete. The brutalist movement of the 1950s and 1960s produced some of the most structurally honest buildings in modern history. Exposed concrete walls, expressed steel frames, no decorative layers. The building showed you exactly how it worked. Brutalism fell out of fashion in the 1980s. Not because the buildings failed structurally, but because the aesthetic was polarizing. People wanted color. They wanted trim. The concrete was fine. The concrete is still fine. Dozens of brutalist civic buildings from that era are standing today without a single structural repair. Here's where it gets interesting. The steel frame barndominium shell, the same kit-built system reshaping rural construction, is a near-perfect partner for brutalist exterior treatment. When you look at barndominium kits, the steel frame is already designed to stand without siding. The structural integrity doesn't depend on exterior cladding. You can omit the cladding entirely, pour concrete infill panels, expose the frame, and end up with zero organic material on the exterior. Zero organic material means zero rot, zero termites, zero paint adhesion failure. The building science isn't complicated. It's just chemistry. Inorganic materials don't biodegrade. The engineering, why it lasts 100 years. Let's talk about why this actually lasts, because the engineering is the point. Conventional barndominium exteriors have a moisture problem most builders don't explain. When you clad a steel frame in vinyl siding or fiber cement, you create a cavity between the cladding and the structural steel. That cavity traps moisture, combined with organic materials in the wall assembly. With blocking, OSB sheathing with trim, it creates the conditions for rot, mold, and long-term structural degradation. The brutalist assembly eliminates the cavity. Concrete is poured directly against or adjacent to the steel frame as infill panels. The wall is solid. No trapped airspace. No wooden exterior assembly. The vapor-open quality of concrete. Moisture vapor passes through rather than condensing and accumulating. Means a wall breathes without rotting. Here's the wild part. Exposed galvanized steel benefits from weather cycling. The zinc coating develops a self-healing zinc carbonate patina over the first few years. Minor scratches reoxidize and seal themselves. Galvanized steel columns properly detailed have a service life of 50 to 100 years. Corten steel forms a dense oxide layer that stops further corrosion. Bright orange to deep brown over 10 years, then stabilizes. No paint ever required. Concrete thermal mass is a passive energy bonus. Thermal mass is a material's ability to absorb, store, and slowly release heat, slowing temperature swings inside the building. A 6-inch concrete wall shifts peak heat gained by 4 to 6 hours. The wall absorbs midday solar heat and releases it in the evening. reducing peak cooling load by 10 to 20% depending on climate zone. In zones 3 through 6, covering most of the continental U.S., this measurably reduces annual energy costs. Real cost numbers. A standard barndominium shell, steel frame, metal roofing, concrete slab, runs $70 to $160 per square foot turnkey. On a 2,000 square foot home at the midpoint, you're looking at roughly $230,000 fully finished in a conventional configuration. Here's where Brutalist treatment changes the math. Conventional exterior finishes, vinyl or fiber cement siding, exterior paint, trim, soffit, and fascia, typically add $15 to $30 per square foot. On 2,000 square feet of exterior wall area, that's $30,000 to $60,000 the Brutalist approach eliminates entirely. Here's the cruel irony. The $30,000 mistake most barndo builders are making right now is paying to clad their steel frame in conventional siding and trim. They're spending $25,000 to $35,000 on materials that will need full replacement in 20 to 30 years, and covering the steel frame that would have lasted a century without any intervention. The barndominium's best asset gets buried under its most expensive liability. The Brutalist approach replaces that cladding with board-form concrete infill panels poured on site. Concrete materials cost $4 to $8 per square foot for mix and forming. Total exterior finish cost $8,000 to $16,000 versus $30,000 to $60,000 for conventional siding. Here's the thing. Subtract the conventional finishes and add back the concrete, and a Brutalist barndominium lands at $170,000 to $200,000 turnkey versus $200,000 to $280,000 for a conventionally finished barndo. When you compare barndominium versus house costs at this level, the Brutalist approach widens the gap even further. If you're getting real value from this content, right now is the moment to subscribe. More videos like this are already in production. The floor plan. The floor plan is a simple rectangle, and that simplicity is intentional. 2,000 square feet, single story. The rectangle maximizes structural efficiency of the steel frame and eliminates the cost penalties of complex roof lines and foundation transitions. The south-facing facade is a triple-pane window wall, the one significant cost item in this build. Triple-pane glazing runs $80 to $120 per square foot installed. A 200 square foot window wall, $16,000 to $24,000. It's not cheap, but it's the only major component with a lifespan consideration. Window seals degrade after 25 to 30 years. More on that in the trade-offs. The interior follows the Brutalist logic. Polished concrete floors, no hardwood, no tile, no transition strips. The slab is the floor. Polishing and sealing costs $3 to $7 per square foot versus $8 to $20 for conventional flooring. Exposed steel beams at the ceiling. No drywall. The structural steel is the finish. No molding. No trim anywhere in the build. Primary bedroom and second bedroom on the north wall to buffer against noise and thermal gain. Mechanical room houses HVAC, water heater, and electrical. Covered concrete porch on the south side provides summer shading while allowing low-angle winter sun for passive solar gain. Honest trade-offs. Here's the honest truth about this design. 4 real trade-offs. None of them small. First, aesthetics. You must genuinely love raw concrete and exposed steel, or this home will feel wrong from day one. It's polarizing. You find industrial honesty compelling, or you find it institutional. If you're building for resale in a conventional suburban market, this narrows your buyer pool. Build it because you want to live in it. Second, climate zone dependency. Thermal mass isn't universally beneficial. In climate zones 1 and 2, the Gulf Coast and South Florida, the concrete absorbs daytime heat and radiates it back at night when you're trying to cool down. In these zones, thermal mass works against you unless the exterior is engineered with deep overhangs and shading. In zones 3 through 7, it works in your favor with standard orientation. Third, and this is the one maintenance item you cannot eliminate, window seals on triple-pane glazing. The argon gas between the panes is retained by seals with a 25 to 30-year service life. When they fail, condensation forms between the panes. Replacement runs $200 to $600 per unit. Budget $2,000 to $4,000 every 25 to 30 years. That's the entire exterior maintenance budget for this home's lifespan. Fourth, financing. Some lenders classify unconventional exteriors as non-standard construction, complicating appraisals and loan approvals. Portfolio lenders, banks that hold their own loans, and credit unions are more flexible. If you're building a barndominium, have that lender conversation before you finalize your design. This design is not for everyone. If you want color on your walls, this isn't your build. If you're in an HOA neighborhood, have that conversation before you pour a single cubic yard of concrete. If you need to sell in 5 years, think carefully. But if you're building a permanent home, a structure you intend to own for decades, past your children or retire in, the Brutalist Barndominium makes a case that's genuinely hard to argue with. Under $200,000 to build. Near zero exterior maintenance for the life of the structure. Building science proven in civic construction for 60 years. A $200,000 to $500,000 lifetime maintenance cost eliminated before the first nail is driven. The math is undeniable. The aesthetic is not for everyone. That's the honest summary. Drop a comment below. Brutalist Barndominium. Love it or hate it. Those comments shape what gets covered in future videos. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button. More videos like this are already in production. And if you're ready for the next one, click the video on screen right now. YouTube thinks you'll like it.